Objects exist in two forms: in a historical record where the objects are retained within living societies instead of being discarded, and an archaeological record where the objects that are culturally deposited are no longer part of the society. It is important to understand how these records are formed. According to Schiffer, artifacts in a living, dynamic system of behavior are in systemic context, and artifacts that have exited the systemic context and are now part of the geological record are in archaeological context. Historical and archaeological records cannot be taken at face value. They form and change throughout time.
These changes are described as site formation processes. They can be natural, cultural, individual, or a combination of processes that affect the formation and development of the archaeological record. Natural formation processes occur due to the natural or environmental events, while cultural processes reflect the accidental and deliberate activities humans have done. After a site is abandoned, other factors such as erosion, glaciation, activities of plants and animals, and chemical action in the soil affect the feature.
The feature on campus we will be discussing is the Irregular Tower Horizontal Bricks No. 2. It is a 30-foot tall sculpture made from 850 concrete blocks and was created by artist Saul Lewitt in 1997. It is located in South Campus, right behind Freeman, with Cummings visible to the west. We are looking at the Irregular Tower from a systemic context in the historical record. It is actively deteriorating and is constantly affected by the natural surrounding environment and natural formation processes. The sculpture is made entirely out of concrete, which is composed of aggregate of rocks and cement paste.
There are a few natural factors that are agents in the transformation of the irregular tower. Nature is always ceaselessly fighting against the objects we fabricate and present to it. The agents combating the concrete irregular tower are chemical, physical, and biological. Concrete degradation and wear occurs through chemical reactions, creating damage from carbonation, chlorides, sulfates, and leaching. In the process of carbonation, carbon dioxide from the air reacts with calcium hydroxide in the concrete to form calcium carbonate. It starts from the outer surface of the concrete and goes inward, but eventually slows down with increasing depth.
This increases mechanical strength and decreases alkalinity, which exposes steel inside the structure to air and water and thus causes it to corrode. The effects of carbonation can be seen on small indents and semicircular holes on the outer surface of the irregular tower. Another chemical process that materializes on concrete does so from the penetration of sulfate solutions into the concrete. Sulfates are ubiquitous in the natural environment, such as groundwater and seawater, and can weaken the cement binder. Sulfate solutions can also cause cracking, like that seen on the irregular tower, and can lead to overall loss of concrete strength.
There are many physical agents that fight to transform and deteriorate the irregular tower. Freeze-thaw deterioration occurs when water freezes and expands. It puts pressure on pores in the concrete, which can cause the cavities to enlarge and rupture.
So what kind of events could change the state of the irregular tower in the future? All of the chemical and physical processes previously mentioned will continue to occur and deteriorate the irregular tower. As time progresses, the effects of these natural processes will be more and more evident. In 10 years, the tower will be more eroded with numerous cracks. In 1,000 years, more agents could affect the tower. One possibility is acid rain, which forms due to the combination of sulfurous gases produced from the combustion of fossil fuels and air. If we continue to burn fossil fuels like coal at the rate we are today, in 1,000 years there may be high levels of acid rain, and eventually the tower may be reduced to crumbles. Eventually, this man-made tower will disappear completely, and we will never know it even existed.